You know what's something so weird to me that I've been wanting to talk about? Fortnite pets. So during most of Chapter 1, each season brought something new cosmetic-wise. Season 2 had emoticons, Season 3 had the back bling, Season 4 had sprays, Season 5 brought toys. So when Season 6 came, a lot of players were excited to see what Epic Games was going to add. Two things were added, actually, but we're going to talk about one thing right now. So around a day maybe before the season came out, from what I can tell, a leaker revealed that pets would be the newest addition to the Battle Pass. Now, the original post was from FNBR Leaks on Twitter, but I could not find the original post as it's already been deleted. So I found this Forbes article from September 26th around 11:53 a.m. that shows these images showing leaks of what was going to come, and in it you can see there's a file for pets. Now, on an old Reddit post discussing these leaks, a lot of people did not really seem all too excited for this, or honest to God, they did not seem to care. Most of the comments were talking about all the other things like map changes and skins and everything. I was only able to find like 2 real mentions of pets. First one here being like, what would pets do? Kill, fetch from mats, loot drops, scout locations. And this other one that is speculating that adding pets is going to be a bad idea. Now, of course, Reddit is like the most unreliable place for community information, as it's like a very like niche part of the whole community. But I just thought it was very interesting to see that the only mentions of it when it was first mentioned is, I don't know, kind of negative in a way, kind of not caring. I personally thought it was going to work just how this first person said it was going to, so I wasn't too excited about the idea as well for some reason. On the morning of Thursday, September 27th, 2018, I woke up at around like 6 a.m. and I ran to my Switch and I immediately started downloading the new update right before heading to school. I remember that I, along with many others, were really excited to see the new Battle Pass, along with seeing what leaks were true and which ones were false. As the game updated, you know, I went to school, though I was not done finding out about new season. I remember me and my friends, we were all looking at all the possible articles about the new season, as well as the official website itself. Mainly me though, because I was really into Fortnite. So I remember I saw these 2 images and I found these using the Wayback Machine, and that's when I saw it. The pets, they were there. The thing that I really didn't want them to add because I was stubborn and stupid, it was there, haunting me. I remember I even like said out loud, I was like, nah man, I'm not playing anymore. They added pets? I can't. I don't know why. I don't know if they just marketed them really badly. I guess there was like a consensus of like these possibly being some kind of pay to win item. That's what I was thinking. So I was really worried, but I couldn't have been more wrong. You see, pets are very simple, yet they were very popular when they were first added. They were essentially just back blings that reacted to given situations. When you jumped out of the battle bus, for example, they would hang on to your back bling or even like fly next to you. Aiming at an enemy, they would like, I don't know, like show a mean face, growl maybe. When you got eliminated, they would mourn your death. So they were basically just animated back blings, is what I'm saying. During the first couple of weeks of Season 6, everyone was wearing their pets because it was like the coolest new thing. Even I started wearing Bonesy a lot when I got the Battle Pass 2 weeks late. It was my first Battle Pass and I had to earn it. As the seasons went on, we got a lot more pets, some notable ones being Ramirez, Dodger, Kyo, and my personal favorite, Kitsune, though a problem was becoming more apparent. A lot of these felt extremely unoriginal. Season 7 gave us Remus, and Season 8 gave us Woodsy. These two, you just look at them, dude. They're just reskins of Season 6's Bonesy. Remus is literally just a recolor and a few like minor tweaks. Woodsy is a little less of a reskin, but like it's just Bonesy. It's just Bonesy if he was wood. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, they were making it even more obvious that they were just lazily reskinning things when they sold Gunner during Season X in the item shop. He is literally just a lazy reskin of Bonesy, only adding a logo to the scarf and giving him a yellow mask. And the yellow mask doesn't even like contrast his like own fur, so it kind of blends in, and it really from a distance it just looks like Bonesy. I know it's supposed to be like based off of the C-Day skin, the Raptor, I'm pretty sure it's called, but it just looks like Bonesy. I'm all for reskins for things that people can't have, but like this was way too much and too soon. Because of all the backlash, he got completely removed from the files, and anyone who bought him got it taken away with a full refund, plus an additional 200 more V-Bucks, which is pretty fire for those people who got it. Because of this backlash, I think this is when Epic was starting to want to associate less back blings with pets because of all this, I don't know, drama going on. This was made apparent in Chapter 2 when they began to slow down on pets. Most people already stopped caring about wearing pets, so less back blings were marketed as such. Only 5 pets were made this chapter, those being Claptrap, Om's Perch, Was Claptrap chapter? Hold on. What? Claptrap Fortnite release date. Okay, so in my script here, I have that only 5 pets are made this chapter, but I'm pretty sure Claptrap was made for Season X, so my information might be a little skewed on the numbers of how many were introduced. But I do know that Om's Perch, Rocket, the Child, and Choppy were all from Chapter 2. This is all far less to Chapter 1's 11 or 12. I don't really know counting Claptrap. I got it wrong, I'm sorry. Point is, there was a lot less pets in Chapter 2 compared to Chapter 1. And after this, no more cosmetics were labeled as pets. To me, this made absolutely no sense. I mean, Fortnite kept making back blings that resembled live creatures chilling on your back. Examples of these being Dorsal Destroyer, Sapling Groot, Crewmate, Seth, Groker, and Wilson. Wilson is a recent one who is literally just someone's real life pet. So like, come on. The only difference is that they were no longer classified as pets, even though they kind of reacted in like similar ways. So the consensus on what makes a cosmetic a pet versus a regular back bling became even more confusing. I used to think it was like an animal that sat in its little carrying box thing, whatever it was called. Pets like Claptrap and the Child, though, they go against that completely. They don't sit in anything. I mean, the Child technically has its own like little pod, but it's different from like the little like bedding thing that goes on your back with the other pets. And Claptrap, he doesn't have anything. He's just attached to you. So what is a pet anymore? I personally believe that Epic wants to move away from pets as much as possible because of all the drama that went on around it. One example that I failed to mention earlier is Empress, who was sold in the item shop for yet again 1,000 V-Bucks, and she became controversial because of how expensive she was. I mean, she is literally just a back bling. Of course, it's like a moving back bling, silly little cat, but like, I mean, it's not worth 1,000 V-Bucks. I'm gonna be so real. A lot of people felt this way as well. So now Empress was condemned to never returning to the item shop ever again. It seems like they might have like blacklisted her or something because she made no more appearances really. And I really do think that Empress might have been blacklisted because a content creator called Happy Happy Gal wanted to add Empress to her locker bundle, but she was literally told by Epic Games, no, you can't. So whether it is a fear of past backlash returning or just wanting to move on from a past idea, Epic Games clearly just doesn't want anything to do with pets. And this is where my original script ended until, of course, there's been more leaks. Oh boy. I originally made this script like a month and a half ago, probably even more. And I didn't really like how I narrated it at first. It sounded too dead, too monotone. So I kind of like sat on it and I eventually decided to scrap it. And I'm glad I did because a couple of things came up recently. Claptrap, a pet, has made his return to the item shop a couple of weeks ago with the Borderlands bundle. And I got him because I love Borderlands. And I feel like that was somewhat of a catalyst to embracing the reintroduction of pets again, because as of Monday, May 5th, 2025, there's been new leaks of a sort of like, I don't know, like a different version of pets coming back called companions, which sound so much better than like the original idea for pets. And ironically, it is what I originally envisioned pets to be like, except obviously without like the pay to win aspect. I hope there's no pay to win aspect, but I envisioned it as someone that would like run around with you and like interact with things, and that is exactly what is going to happen here. So according to this leak from Andre, companions are coming back soon. Very cool. I mean look at the little pet next to your character. That's awesome. I love that. So according to leakers, you're able to name your companion, which is really cool. Party members will also be able to see it, but not other players, so that's something interesting. Another really interesting thing that I found from this article from Esports Illustrated is that they'll supposedly have distinct personalities and they'll be able to interact with the map around you, which is pretty cool. And the best part, all the old pets that have been introduced beforehand will be able to become actual companions as well. So they won't just be condemned to sitting on your back for the rest of eternity. They can run around now. So I am excited to see Kitsune run around, and Claptrap. I want Claptrap to run around with me. I want him to say his corny, cheesy ass lines with me. That'll be awesome, and it'll make me so happy. Now, it did say in this article that they might be coming in the current season of Fortnite that we are in, the new one. They're not here, so maybe that's something that they're going to bring in later this season, or maybe just in the future, maybe in another season, maybe next chapter. I don't know how long it'll be, but hopefully they come soon. You know, I ended this original script on a very like somber note, being like, well, looks like pets are gone forever. Oh boy. It's crazy how just like a month difference, I went from talking about it in a more like negative tone to then being like, oh boy, they're back. Hooray. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the story of the new cosmetic that was introduced during season 6. Alright, and they also had a lobby music.